5 seconds remaining.
Spirit.
Choose your hero. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Thank you very much, Sheev. Yes, Alliance versus Tundra. T, what do you make of the two drafts we've got today from these two?
I mean, when Alliance started drafting with
Prepare
Mars
for
and Line, I
battle.
was like, uh-oh, oh no. Alliance, don't do what you did last. And then they kind of threw in a little bit of spice with the flexibility of Shadow Fiend. So, no, honestly, I'm just so excited to see both these rosters because Alliance as a team, they did really well last season within the region.
They did,
and then
top spot,
you know, and then second spot, I think it was the first league. And then, of course, they've made three changes. They've got new captaining, and of course, Tundra is sticking together. So it really is kind of a battle of, you know, sticking together through a couple changes. And yeah, I think Alliance, they've really set themselves up to be able to play some strong lanes and to try and break down this map early. Like, Alliance was a team last season. They were so scary. When they have an advantage in laning phase, they would command most of the game. They would gank mid, bring both supports, take the tower. Like, they played really fluid Dota based off good lanes. And you can see it here as well. Like, they have tried to set themselves up with a way of killing in lanes.
Both teams aware of the situation around this area. Nobody's going to get caught out.
But the double ward here, so it's not as if anyone would be too spooked here. See Tundra, they're shifting away straight away, moving to the other banning runes. Like right now with Tundra's type of lineup, they mentioned it on the panel, this Earth Spirit. They can fall victim to the idea of it not being a good chrono or not connecting on a good Doom. Alliance has that reset potential, being able to throw in the bodies early and to try and take the fight.
Nico, he's going to take quite a bit of damage here. He's going to fire the back of the Masker. Thinking about turning things back around there, but Boulder not quite catching him. Nico Baby will be able to step away, but taking quite a bit of a punch there around that room. We'll salve him up straight away, get him fit for the lane.
A nice little scuffle there, and of course Hanskin will have to bring out another salve into the lane because Nico Baby stayed for the bounty rune. Yeah, it's kind of standard meta right now. You know, position 5, they have one salve. As soon as like Kuro is available, they'll be bringing out another one or two. Keep force feeding your carry through laning phase as much regen as possible.
The mid 9 on his signature Earth Spirit against Supreme's SF. How do you expect to sort of see 9 come out of this lane? I mean, still, at the end of the day, a melee hero against a Shadow Fiend, right? Could line up some nice raises.
Yeah, so I quickly checked 9's Dota Pro tracker, and he actually played Earth Spirit into Shadow Fiend against Paparazzi a couple days ago.
And how'd he do?
He drew in the laning phase, but he actually killed the Shadow Fiend at around 3 minutes into the game.
All right.
Mainly because of a rotation in, and that single rotation offset the matchup where Shadow Fiend was afraid to walk up, right? Sure. So I think right now, within this kind of 2 to 3 minute window of laning phase, Shadow Fiend should be okay just raising down the lane. Of course, Earth Spirit has the advantage being a melee hero to get involved, but of course Shadow Fiend does thrive when you hit the triple raise. So I'm looking towards like Snapfire or Gyro potentially trying to offset this, because Shadow Fiend will just be able to farm as much as he wants.
Oh, look at this, 9. The kick, trying to get Supreme in range of the tower, but quite close enough. He raises back on the way out. So, as we see, indeed, 9 very much showing that he is more than ready to try and look for any opportunity if Supreme does get a little too close.
It's a cool concept for mid Earth Spirit, right? You're basically role-playing a Magnus, right? Like, if you ever step too close, you have the ability to get onto your target and then bring it onto the tower. But a Shadow Fiend, right? You're always going to be able to play on range here. And you see 9, he's pretty much playing kind of like the poverty style of mid, where he'll farm whatever he's given. Because he's had these initial raises, he's utilizing, of course, the runes. Actually, TPing Zing trying to get the double rune, will he get it?
He's not going to quite be able to, Supreme. TP down the drain there for 9.
But you can see that that's the confidence of mid lane and understanding what your matchup is, because like if he doesn't go for that rune, like if he gets both runes, right, Shadow Fiend doesn't have mana. You don't have mana, you can't raise. Suddenly Earth Spirit can actually play the lane. So like that is a really like smart heads up play to try and offset a matchup which is going against you. But yeah, unfortunately doesn't connect. Now Shadow Fiend is going to be pushing him out of lane potentially.
Did have Aramis swinging around as well, eyeing up 9 whilst he was low. 9 will back up, look for the 3-minute rune here for the refill. Aramis will try and pass around with him though. Hits him with the stun, but the kickback will allow 9 to secure the rune. Now maybe think about going in onto Aramis. He's going to try it, but off the mark there with the roll. Aramis will be able to easily walk away, salve up.
But this is all happening because he's you know, Leslau's able to play by himself slightly. He is getting gone right now, but with the TP back from Aramis and then the spear to disconnect, like there isn't kill threat, right? Like when you have a Faceless Void in the safe lane, it isn't like some a Slark who's able to run you down, or even, you know, spend with someone else, right? Or like a Wraith King. A Void, he's going to be able to kind of poke and block. And that does unlock Aramis to be a little bit more of a nuisance.
With aggression attempted down bottom, but Nico Baby is able to walk it off. Still does go to show there. They did bring him down pretty low, these two, Snake King and 33. Quite a combo there with the setup and the Snapfire.
Now you have Fado kind of lead as well. Can't really do much. Other than annoy Shadow Fiend.
He's trying to stay on top of him with the missile. And the swing over from 9. They've quite got the damage. Snowball to the side. Aramis able to break Supreme away. Allows him to turn and get another raise on. But 9 is still on top of him. Will be able to get the kill. First blood for Tundra.
Yeah, now it's kind of the rotation then.
Diving in, they're able to run down, burn down Hansken there.
Your soul.
Baby himself also once again falling low underneath the tower. Tundra turning up aggressive here.
Tundra has kind of identified the window in which, because Aramis was annoying Earth Spirit and he TP'd back to top, it unlocks Sparta to have this one free rotation, right? Because Aramis can't instantly TP to enable Shadow Fiend in that fight, it gives that small little window for, you know, 9 to come back in, hit that roll, and then get that kill onto the Shadow Fiend. Of course, Sparta did swipe that away from 9. I think 9 would have loved to get that, you know, that kill goal, but even killing him nonetheless, it is giving 9 a little bit of entry to the game. Because again, Void, he's uncontested. Equally so, Mars is also going to be uncontested. So the core in this kind of top area of the map, who's going to be able to thrive? And if you're Tundra, you really want Skidder just to have a free game, just so you can tank up quick enough to be at the front of all this aggression Alliance wants to bring.
Jump on him. Again, Nico Baby. Extremely low here, but once again. Turn around this time, and they do. Nico Baby turns around, critters up.
You have done the kingdom a service.
Skill onto snaking. Time able to turn around. A bit of a tricky situation here. PS for Nico Baby still looking pretty good down here on the bottom lane. 26, not bad at all. Pretty much as is being found up on the top lane.
Yeah, the good thing with Nico Baby is the fact that he is just going straight for that armlet. I know most Brave King players, some really like to ignore armlet, but it is a bonkers item when you have that certain crit that will always come through. You activate the armlet, it's just free damage, right? It's like 75 damage with the strength plus the actual bonus. It's insane. You have the helm in lane, you can actually have bonus armor to deal with a little shredder of snapfire. Like overall, it's so very, very strong, and Alliance should be able to thrive on that. Something we haven't mentioned yet is in the draft, we saw Mars plus Lion. That is kind of a classic laning partner, but they actually put the Tusk with the Mars this time as a kind of a soft counterplay towards the type of damage Gyro does. When Gyro comes on top of you with Barrage and Rocket, if you have the support who can use Snowball, remove all that damage, it will unlock your core in that lane to have a free time. And Lion is a really good hero as a counter-aggressive hero. So Wraith King will be able to get all this free farm because you have that Earthquake from Lion. So Alliance swapping up kind of the standard supporting combos just to counter like the aggression of what Tundra had in their draft. So nice little heads up laning thing from Alliance there.
It's more than fine here each time.
Got it.
That helm. Very tanky here early on. Not enough damage not needs to really push him back at the lane bottom. 7 times to Nico Baby, but he should be fine here. Hansken is ready with a stun if needed. Now drop it down. Extra backup. Does come from Tundra though. 9 in with the roll forward. He has the extra bit of damage to bring down the carry. Looks like Hansken will also come to a slow death here as the Magnetize continues to get popped off. 9 turns up. Has the extra bit of power to get the 2 kills.
Tower is under
and by the
attack.
looks of it, good damage here on the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's really nice from Tundra because like, their lineup isn't locked into needing to wait for items to be able to kill. Even though 9 didn't have too great of a start to the game, his ability to rotate and enable the magic damage that Tundra has, like to be able to localize a fight, it is really quite prevalent. And Wraith King, you don't have a skill ultimate early. The cooldown is just not worth it. So as soon as you step up that extra little bit, you get cookied on. Earthquake with the roll, he's going to be able to go from tier 1 tower pretty much down the entire lane and punish you if you ever overstep your mark. So right now, 9 is connecting really well with the rest of his team to give himself a game.
Trying to go for 33 hit. He is coming over and back up, and Aramis knows they're not going to push it any further. Tundra definitely making it a bit more difficult for Alliance themselves to get aggressive where they want to.
Yeah, for this game right now for Alliance, it's all about how Shadow Fiend enters the game. This is the hero that had pretty much free farm mid. Sure, he's died once, but he's pushed out every mid wave. He's farmed off his camp. I love the fact that Tara, as he rotated in, the small camp
Radiant's bottom
has been huge catch Tara here, as he tries to cheekily walk into the jungle, scout out if any stacks are there.
Top
So
tower
of course,
is
Alliance
under
will be
attack.
protecting this with everything. But
Radiant's
yeah, like I was
bottom
mentioning,
tower is
it's how
under
the
attack.
free enters the game.
6 on. Number 6 is online here. Snaking. He's got the damage with the kisses. The ball on the turn. First, Bruce Skidder. Good silence to put a stop to the Requiem. Roll forward. He's going to be off the mark though. Supreme will still be able to rev up the Requiem to push the 2 of them back and allow him to walk to safety.
Just walk it off. Again, that is just a nice farming kind of pattern from Shadow Fiend where he goes from mid lane to neutral camp into then realizing that, wait a second, Mars could be gone on here. There's the Corona. He's already actually in position. As the Corona hits, you see him there just south of this. He's already ready. Like, he's not even thinking about anything other than, I need to help enable my Mars. The fact that they get the trade-off kill here, really impressive. And 9 continuing to want to rotate and try and connect with his team.
Absolutely. 9 just consistently looking to make moves. There's any real slowdown from his pace so far. The baby with the armlet. Reincarnation, much harder of a target to try and make plays upon.
It's actually going to be a really fun timing in this game in like 12-13 minutes maybe, because Mars is going armlet, Wraith King is going armlet, and if you have like double section support, they're going to be pretty hard.
Trying to go for Fada there. Fada finally falls, but the damage has already been done. Aramis Aramis and Supreme potentially in trouble. Aramis is going to go for the TP out. He'll make it away, but there's no escape.
Radiant's middle tower
The
is
Shadow
under
Fiend
attack.
is Tundra. Come out on top again of these trades.
Yeah, Alliance is trying to fight for the rune there. I feel like right now for Alliance, their best game plan
Radiant's
is just
bottom
to
tower is
accept
under
the
attack.
game that Tundra wants to bring to them, right? Like, right now, Tundra is thriving on Alliance's aggression, bringing that number, like allowing us to TP in, or by forcing an extra TP, breaking down Alliance's map through aggression. And if Alliance just stop over-rotating to it and just farm their own creeps, get to that kind of 1-2 item
Radiant's
timing,
bottom
and then
tower
take
is
their own
under
fights,
attack.
that's when they can keep that ball rolling. It's like,
Dire's
you've now
top
used
tower
Tundra in this
is
fight,
under
we can then go
attack.
Roshan. You wasted Doom in this fight, we can make a play. So right now, Alliance, even though they're taking these earlier cheap fights, I'm looking for them to hit that item, be it
Dire's
armlet blink on a
top
Wraith
tower
King,
is under
blink on a Mars, and then just run the tempo themselves. Right now, Tundra, they're looking to make every single play right
They
now.
are. You see, 9 starts the action off straight away. He hits the setup onto the Mars, allowing 33 to slap down the Doom, run down Leslau.
Killer on the loose.
9 dominating 4-0-3. I mean, you've got to just be so careful if your line's coming close to any sort of tower. 9 will always be there ready to fight.
Yeah, like, he's sacrificing hidden creeps
Dire
just to find
are
kills. Like, it's
scanning.
12 minutes into the game, and he has 59 CS, right? Like, for a mid laner, you'd be like, he's just a mid, but the fact that he's been able to get these kills and sit at such a healthy score, it's a product of Tundra that's enabling each other. So again, this is the early portion of the game where Tundra, they have the damage to kill heroes. Like, if Alliance had a slightly better entry to their laning phase, be able to punish slightly, then sure, they could be the ones connecting, but it's because Tundra has utilized that gyro correctly, found that mid kill, has used that snapfire, like their supports
Radiant's
find
middle
kills a
tower
lot
is
easier.
under
So
attack.
Tundra are utilizing kind of the advantage that their supports bring right now, but Alliance, their supports will
Dire's
thrive
top
once they have that
tower is
initiation,
under
once they have that
attack.
blink dagger. If they punish Tundra's over aggression, that's what Alliance is looking for.
9 closing the gap. So they can take it down 2 times in Nico Baby. Nico Baby.
Best death
They've done that once. So not that there's going to be any potential coming in from Alliance if there's nobody heading over
Dire's top
to help
tower
out
is
the
under
Wraith King
attack.
here as Nico Baby will fall the 2 times.
Fats in the fire. Too late for you.
They decided just to leave him to it. Just get into this area. It's like TP into
Dire's
outpost, TP
top
into
tower
tier 2.
is under
It's
attack.
just a little
Top
bit too
tower has
difficult there.
fallen.
So very much Alliance identifying that Nico Baby, has been punished. And Shadow Fiend, he's good. 1300 away from his BKB. Wraith King is actually going for a Radiant. Okay. I wasn't expecting this from Nico Baby. I
Dire's
honestly
top
thought
tower
they would
is under
try and
attack.
use the timing of Shadow Fiend BKB plus multiple forms of Blink Dagger.
Sure.
And just disrupt the fight.
Radiant's
But
bottom
of course,
tower
this type
is
of
under
playstyle
attack.
isn't so clean, I guess, because for Tundra, if they start offering up an Earth Spirit or a Doom first, it's very easy for Void to get the good chrono. So Alliance is kind of reading this game in a way that they accept Tundra will run at them, and they need to be able to survive for 10-15 minutes, and then Wraith King have 4, 5, 6 items. So they're very much going for a farming style of game. So they might be able to get a couple of kills if Tundra gives it to them, but they're not looking to all out ramp up the pace on all 5 heroes. It's kind of 4 heroes and Nico to be farming behind.
All right, yeah, we'll see if the scanning sort of pays off. Of course, as mentioned, Wraith King as a hero having second life. It's going to be very, very strong to just have as a carry against the main potential of the kills that you're going to see Tundra go for with Chronos and Dooms.
Yeah, and with how the game's gone so far, Doom, he's top net worth. 8.1k, he runs up the Midas, Soul Ring, 2 parts DKB. He's looking extremely healthy. And in the next, probably, 3 minutes, he's going to be able to complete that BKB. Earthsword as well has gone very sacrificial with his build. He went just for Brown Boot Earn into Zen himself, only a recipe away from BKB. Probably around about 16-17 minutes. Tundra will be looking to utilize Snapfire with that little shredder, go for that Roshan contest, and have that double BKB, as they even try and go for a couple fights early on. Because see how they're smoking here? They're trying to enable Void to quickly get the extra item. Doom can go off and farm his BKB.
Radiant
This is a very
scanning.
sacrificial play from 9, where some players will go, can I just wait for my BKB? No, you don't need to. Your other cores are farming quite well. If they find a kill, it even opens up the farm even more.
The read from Alliance, though, got the scan. They know that Tundra's hunting. Nico Baby not to be caught out this time. They move him over to the safety of the top side of the map.
Dire are
themselves in
scanning.
between him and Tundra's movement.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under
the way in which
attack.
Tundra smoked up there, if you look at the mini-map, Dire now have these two wards kind of enabling Skitter to farm quite healthily in the bottom side of the map. So yeah, Tundra's kind of shifting the play so that they occupy both their own ancient camp and the Radiant jungle.
So Alliance can get done themselves. They've got the blink set up ready on Leslau. There's still very big here with the blink armlet. A lot of setup and damage to try and shit burst. Hansken, of course, ready with the follow-up finger.
What a great read from Tundra. Like, they have the vision to play bottom, but as soon as they have an inkling, the fact that Alliance is not farming, so okay guys, reset, back it up. Because I guess as well, a nice way to look at it is, if Tundra's aggressively farming and it's 40 seconds into the minute cycle, you kind of understand how much they farmed, right? Like, it doesn't take them longer than 30 seconds to farm their triangle. So around 40 to 50 of the minute, you should back out of an area that you don't want to farm because they've got nothing else to farm them. They need to make a move. Tundra's just really reading them out pretty well.
C9 go for the roll in. They have to play him. They push back in. Still over the finger. They're able to burst down the Earth Spirit. 33 turns in with the Doom, drops down onto Leslau. Leslau will fall. The rest of Alliance watch for the high ground. Not looking to throw anyone else in. Will just be the 1-for-1 there between 9 and Leslau.
Pretty cool combination, of course, is when you get speared, you face the direction of Mars. So, of course, Snapfire with the cookie will always be able to then stun the Mars if he's DKB. You see it here. Speared into instant cookie, into the double stun. Oh, that looks beautiful. That is absolutely...
And did allow him 33 to be able to get in and get that easy Doom target. Down onto Leslau, make sure you have the damage to find the trade kill at least for losing their Earth Spirit.
It's also a fun fact that, like, if you have spells that have like elevation, like Cookie, if he spears at the wrong time and or at the height of your Cookie, you can also get removed from the arena. So potentially there in scenarios, Snake can start throwing the Cookie preemptively as the arena gets thrown in the hope to then spear out of the arena because you're higher than the arena walls.
Absolutely.
I love these things, yeah.
Ruins sort of the whole initiation that Alliance will go for. But it's a bit of a dangerous spot here. Leslau and Aramis waiting for him up the stairs.
And only a 3k lead for Tundra, and Alliance haven't really lost much of the map, right? Like, they've still got their mid tower alive, their offlane tower. They've only lost the safe lane, in which I don't think they care too much if they're still able to get to that kind of team timing. If you, the quick fires right now, Lion, Tusk, both want Blink Dagger. Mars has the Blink Dagger. Of course, Wraith King is becoming the ultimate carry. He can't be sacrificial now that the rest of his team's all going for initiation. So I think Alliance, they're going to be not too upset with the game right now because they can never expect a Doom to not farm, right? Like, this entire lead is based on the Doom. If you look at the net worth here, it is Wraith King, Mars, and Shadow Fiend all sitting just behind the Doom. The cores on Tundra aren't close enough behind. So yeah, it is very much Alliance will be looking to hit their own stride once Nika Baby wants to join in, or the Shadow Fiend feels confident with the BKB.
And you know, as the minutes pass and once the Radiance is done, Nico Baby will definitely get on par to start testing that top net worth of the Doom. You cannot underestimate how much Nico Baby can pick up off the map with the Radiance and the Skeletons coming together.
Yeah, for Alliance, they have like so much. They also have quite a lot of negative armor themselves, and just the ability to blow up a hero. Like, if Tundra initiates poorly, and let's say Void is isolated by, you know, a Lion reinitiation, you have Tusk with the tag team amplifying the Wraith King, Shadow Fiend's aura, allowing your Wraith King to hit even harder, Shadow Fiend hitting. Like, for Tundra, like, their team fight, it's about Skidder getting the perfect chrono. And right now, it's kind of Shadow Fiend that you want to target in these earlier fights, because of course Wraith King isn't doing much damage. So I think Tundra, if they want to take good fights, it's either 9 offering himself up first, like rolling in aggressively, having that BKB available, and yeah, if Alliance can break down that kind of slow-paced entry to fights where Tundra has all the vision, Alliance can surprise him with these multiple forms of initiation.
Find here. Very careful about how they start the fight.
This is a very spooky spike for smoke for Alliance. Simply because, you know, they're running a couple BKB.
Yeah, they've got to bring some backup in for Nico Baby. down onto the SS. Supreme did manage to get the BKB off in time, though, so we'll try and run 9. Looking to chase. 33 fire snake. It's around Leslau. Missile inbound onto the Mars. He'll try and help his way out of this one, but he cannot get away from the blast. Snaking shotgun. Over to the high ground. 33's going to keep the chase going. He's in on the house. Get the Supreme. Supreme tries to turn the races, but he can't quite land them all onto 33. Supreme is getting revved up. We'll be able to put them back, but the Holloway missile comes in. Shoots him over the turns around a boulder. Straight into the face of Hanskin. Tundra, they get the cleanup, they get the tower.
Middle tower has fallen.
Team fights theirs.
Dire's
Big
bottom
lead
tower is under
in
attack.
gold and kills now. 16-7, 6k lead. Tundra pulling out all those stops.
And again there, it's just Nine's ability to kind of read there. He started the initial fight rolling onto the high ground, kind of scouting, okay, has Alliance smoked into our triangle? He instantly sees the Mars, they're blinking away. Then it's a second roll into mid lane where Nika Baby's kind of being a little bit cheeky, going for a little bit more farm. Suddenly he's now by the tier 1 tower, ultimate already expired, and then Tundra just capitalized on that with their overwhelming damage. It's like just items alone, Alliance has fully invested into jumping their enemy, because when the Tundra has all the team fight, you either A, build tanks enough that you live through the team fight, or B, you get so much initiation that you can just lock down every aspect of it so that you take the fight. But yeah, it's Tundra just kind of slowly walked them over there with the, you know, again, Nine is instrumental in all of this.
I mean, he really is. This Spirit play has been just as hot as you would expect it to see from the man. We've had it as many times before in the past. Nine once again coming in and styling all over them here right now. The Alliance now come back in action. They can look to go straight into the Roche pit. They know there's no Chrono or Doom. Tundra's heading over though.
Tundra has to fight this. They need to try and put Alliance in a place of we're confident by each of itself. They do, and so quickly.
It's getting low. Nine gonna lead in, start things off straight away with the BKB. They bring down Aramis. C9, is he actually able to do anything about Roche on his own? He's busting his able to do it. That's the kill. Gets the Aegis. They can kill him at once, but he'll be back a second time. And there he goes. Falls the first time, but he has that Aegis. Nine's more than ready to go. And Alliance, they've got to go back to base. They're trying to run. They're struggling to get out of the reach of Tundra's. Nine back in action once more. Over onto Leslau. Another huge fight for Tundra. As Alliance, they just cannot stop this ball rolling that Nine's got going.
Yeah, I fully respect the idea of Alliance wanting to go for that road champ. That feels like the type of play where you need to sacrifice a hero to break that thing. The ability for Tundra to go, even though we don't have a Crown, we don't have a Doom, their ability to fight is not around these spells. It's around Earthstream with his BKB, with his ability to get into the middle of the engagements and just annoy everyone. Like Magnetite is up for pretty much every fight, especially with the Mortimer Kisses. So you see at the start of this fight, they've already got straight into the middle. You've got Snaking on the top side, just raining havoc into the pit. Earthstream, again, he's so tanky. He has, you know, 5k HP. He doesn't really care about this damage right now. So yeah, Tundra, they don't need the big spells to get the kills. They just need to have everyone in the right place at the right time.
Look at that, Nine. That was a live shot of what he was doing during that last fight. Didn't even need to look at the screen.
Just A-clicking.
That's how easy he's finding it right now, Nine. In the zone.
He's actually got a second screen with a really big mini-map. And he's just playing from the mini-map.
I mean, so the initiation length for some of these rolls that he's getting, he needs a second screen. He's rolling all over the place.
Yeah, now they have pretty much all the spells back up again. They smoked and they have a BKB face deployed. An Alliance, they really need to find a way to survive through these spells. Because Wraith, you think it's 2 lives, you can do it, but you can't.
Set up onto Leslau. This time Leslau will be able to get the pushback with a spear, but the rest of the team run him down. Clean up another kill here. Tally 22-7.
Now Tundra will be sweeping throughout the map. When you have this type of advantage and you have the cooldowns, you need to play with that confidence. You need to play with that gusto of, even if you get picked off once or twice, forcing Alliance to make a move. Because right now, when you have lost Aegis, lost the potential to move forward in the map, Alliance will have to bring so many heroes to any fight because you are behind. So Tundra can punish that by just sending random heroes in just to make Alliance feel uncomfortable. The hero down and 14k down. This is a confident play where maybe it works, maybe it doesn't.
Chuck over Fada. Burst in 9, one wrap set up on the back lines immediately, but Chrono is down on the cylinder. goes down. Nico Baby, no chance. Tundra surrounds him. Just continued chaos here. Favoring that at Tundra. They're ready to push down mid onto the tier 2s. Alliance now down 15k at 25 minutes in. It's seeming like a very tough one to turn around now, T.
Yeah, it's actually every single fight, they have the discipline of why they want to take the fight, how they want to take the fight. 33, he has always to do with the shadow beam. Void has never been afraid to run a ring beam. It's not been like, I'm going to hold it for a second. Like, they're just going for the kill. Break down what Alliance has done in the game. If you think about like how they come into this game, Lion and Tuff and Mars have all went for the initiating role. That playstyle can work if you get the initiation, if you find that rhythm, get a Roshan and play. But they never found those forms of initiation. And then Tundra, they double down, went for a little bit more farming items, and now suddenly they did this, and they're just rolling through the game.
Middle barracks
Yeah,
are under
it's really
attack.
impressive stuff from Tundra. Like, 9 has popped off.
He really has. Look at the Supreme again. Supreme. The BKB going for the red trigger. Of course, Nine's got his own BKB ready to pop as well. Stays on top of Supreme. Chasing him onto the high ground. With the magnetized Supreme. Has got the back up in their hands again as Nine this time dives a little too far. They'll finally be able to bring down that Earth Spirit. Alliance want to try and turn this into more. They're trying. Going to step out towards 33 and 5, but at this point, even with 9 down, the rest of Tundra still very scary in Alliance. They won't be able to catch anyone else.
I had to say something about 9 to nurse him. You know? Like, we had to praise him for a little bit, so then he dived to give Alliance a little bit of fresh air there.
Money.
Shadow Fiend going with the Shadow Blade and the BKB. Like, it's not as if he, like, potentially you could argue you could have gone for like a BKB Lincoln's type of game with how difficult this has been. Nowadays, there's so many creeps for you to pick up or items to buy to pop that Lincoln's. It also doesn't feel too comfortable. It's a really difficult position to be in. So right now for Alliance, they need to try and play the side lanes, try and get a pick, try and have something going their way. But if Tundra just groups up and continues to play this kind of cohesive kind of bundle around the map, it will be very hard for Alliance to find their footing back into the game. But this is very much kind of Tundra's game to lose, right? Like, when you're 16k up for 27 minutes, it is hard to find ways to suddenly start losing a game.
Move from Alliance is going to be
Dire's top tower is under attack.
still rather far behind and needing time for Baby really to be able to carry this whole game on his shoulders.
Hanky. Trying to like look on Tundra. What hero right now, if they find themselves could choose realistically 100 to 0? Unfortunately, it's just a support.
Down mid 93. Managed to catch left side just a little too far outside of the base here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Find anything more, Supreme. Away with the Shadow Blade. No detection down at the moment from Tundra. They might catch Aramis. Trying to head back to base. Snaking. Waddling his way over. Trying to find out. But Aramis will be able to blink away. Nico Baby charging in.
Tundra has the ward in the low ground here. So they are going to be able to see every kind of move from Alliance here. They move back over the right hand side. But you see here, right? Fado always positions himself in kind of the, if you're smoking or making any quirky play, you're going to be killing off Sparta, or you're going to be killing off 9. It's not as if they're allowing this small sliver of hope where Doom or Void are going in first. Like, Tundra is still playing with the discipline of no matter who you jump or your Hail Mary play, it's still going to net yourself a kill that won't mean you win the second fight or the fight after that. Yeah, Tundra playing with really good discipline and showing why they were in the lead up to TI when the teams were kind of firmed. Why Tundra, people wish they were slightly better before the qualifiers, maybe, in the hope to see them. But yeah, starting DPC, their first game in the first series, extremely well.
Lions presenting himself quite confidently here with Nico Baby. Arming up the mid lane.
This BKB is a glimmer of hope though for Alliance. Being able to actually survive, like if your BKB into the chrono, and then maybe Void doesn't have the right-click damage right now, because what does he have? He has, yeah, BKB, Maelstrom, Mask Madness. It's until he gets like Scardy +1, you'd be able to fully kill off the Wraith King. So potentially Alliance in their own base. I don't think a fight in the open will ever lead to Alliance winning it, unless Tundra doesn't have numbers. But a fight within their own base, the Wraith King can eat through 2 or 3 big spells with his BKB. Then you have this layered initiation on top. Maybe they can find a couple kills, but yeah, right now Alliance has to be so careful with what fight they take, because one bad fight, one poor use of the BKB, Tundra will just come over them with this 18k lead.
Are scanning.
So the rest of the line smoking up behind him, looking to make plays elsewhere.
Tundra is a little bit disconnected right now. Like, if you look at the minimap, you've got one hero farming bot side.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant are
Void
scanning.
just TP.
Oh, it's close there. Hands can't get any catch, but 33 also out with the blink at the same time.
Yeah, that could have been the thing Alliance needed. If you get a key kill like this, even if you're 18, 19k down, you get one kill, you start those respawn times ticking, you can take the fight. But unfortunately, I mean a fraction of a second. That was,
It was close.
so close.
They did nearly get that opportunity that they've been very patient about looking for, but now Tundra, they roll in straight around, and Nico Baby's going to be a buyback coming out from Ashcan. Nico Baby tries to stand his ground, but he's going to get forced down the wall. Skeeter, he has the chrono ready for the second attempt. Lots of Nico Baby's life, but Nico Baby's a free fall. From Nico Baby, there's a free, no buyback available. Nico Baby coming straight back in underneath the over 33 by the tower. As 9 rolls in, BKB's at the ready. Nico Baby will turn his way over towards 9. Does he have enough damage to get him? Not 9 able to roll back, goes to the safety of the high ground. Ready to roll back in as well. 9 to go straight over on Asken. Don't lose his life for this, but Tundra, they are just overall overrunning Alliance. As Alliance, despite the buybacks thrown into the fight there, the 3 of them, of course, Hansken, Nico Baby, and Aramis,
top tower
still was not enough to take the fight against Tundra.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, it's so easy to say who's they're behind, right? But you're not seeing the damage from the Wraith King in this one again. The Wraith King is a hero that is meant to be sacrificial lamb. It can come so much damage, everyone else does damage. We're not seeing Mars and Shadow like. And again, the fight just watching so easy to say, but even if you rewind 10 minutes into the game, 20 minutes into the game, it was lacking that kind of damage across all the heroes from Alliance there. So yeah, now they're just falling a little bit to that lead. Tundra,
Radiant's middle barracks are under
cleanly.
attack.
Like every move they've made so far, they've offered up one hero to die in those difficult situations. Nine's already been in the face. So yeah, again, I know I've said it twice now already, but Tundra, clean execution so far in this game. Very methodical, kind of sweeping throughout the map. Alliance, you know, they're not giving up. You know, some teams in this position, if their carry dies 3 times in a fight, that could be the end of a single game, especially if it's best of 3. But Alliance showing that resilience, keeping themselves. Maybe some magic could happen.
We'll see. They're certainly making Tundra work towards closing up this game. Not lying down. They're definitely giving themselves a fight. Check 1 to 33 with a hex on the finger. Step outside the bar goes down. Skeeter with BKB commits it onto Supreme. Chrono's up. On the 2 courts. Supreme will be the first focus. Shadow being gone now over towards Nico Baby. Aris tries to run it over towards him. There's nothing he can do to save his Wraith King as Nico Baby Aris will take down to magnetize. Tundra with the numbers, easily surrounding Nico Baby, getting the team white once again. This time alive, felt tap out, they've had enough. GG is called. Tundra, as you said, you know, I think a lot of fans were looking forward to see what sort of level of play they're becoming this season with. This first game, it's looking pretty good and looking like Tundra have continued to work and improve since what we saw